Hi everybody, this is Mr. Condos is here. Today we're going to be talking about the recapitalization requirement from the CBN to all the Nigerian banks in Nigeria. But today we're going to be talking about those top um, international Nigerian banks. So what I mean by international Nigerian banks, those top Nigerian banks that actually have their branches or of subsidiary outside Nigeria. You're talking about, you see them in the UK, you've got them in US, you see some of them, UBA is also right now in Dubai, you see some of them in Ghana, and I'm saying most of African countries. So you know those, I'm going to mention them, that you probably find their branches also outside Nigeria. You're talking about Access Bank, you're talking about GTB Bank, you're talking about Zenith Bank, you're talking about FCMB, you see this company, you're talking about Zenith Bank. If you go to Ghana, you see Zenith Bank. If you go to Ghana, you see GTB Bank, you see Access Bank in Ghana. So these are international local Nigerian banks. So right now they've been given a mandate. Okay, they've been given a mandate since March by CBN to increase their capital. Okay, so that's why they increase that. So in that process, it's called recapitalization. So you need to increase your capital. Previously, they only allowed to have a minimum capital expected by CBN is 50 billion naira as international banks. But right now, they've got to raise, oh my God, like 10 times more. Okay, maybe it's got to do with the value of naira depreciating as well. So they've got to increase their capital. So in order to be sustainable, in order to still be in business. So you're talking about all these top banks. So you can see all of them scrabble for funds right now. It's a bit of a mess. They've got to raise a minimum of 500 billion naira. Wow, that is a lot of money. That you're talking about a lot of money. Most of them, they've got assets probably worth over that. But you need to have that money kept somewhere. That is a lot. So right now you see a lot of them scramble. So I'm going to start with the top 5, and then what we did this morning is we're going to talk about, should you decide to go with the banks, or should you decide to go with other real estate companies out there, or should you decide to go for other investments company out there. So that's what we're going to be looking at this morning, because they've got loads of other options out there where you can invest your money. So we're going to be talking about that this morning. And so basically, like, GTB Bank is top. GTB Bank is, they're planning to raise, out of the 5 billion requirement for them, they're planning, number one, they plan to raise over 400 billion from the market. From Nigerians. I mean, maybe foreign as well, I don't know. They're trying to access that and bring it here. Oh my days. And in Nigeria, that's GTB Bank. Then you're talking about Access Bank. Access Bank is trying to raise over 350 billion naira within 2 years. Okay. Then you've got your Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank is trying to raise over 290 billion naira as well. Also in Nigeria. Oh my God, in Nigeria. And you're talking about there's no money in this nation? Come on, guys. In Nigeria? Oh my God. And then you have Fidelity Bank as well. Fidelity Bank started with planning to raise over 1 to 50 million, and I thought at the point when they achieved that, they decided to increase, to look for more subscribers, to raise over 217 thereabout billion naira as well. And then you've got FCMB, they're trying to raise over 150 to 200 billion naira. And also, like, for UBA, because UBA has got loads of subsidiaries, they've got loads of other company. I think they're kind of smart what they're doing. Tony Elumelu, so it's got loads of subsidiaries, it's got loads of other companies under that, with kind of together. So they feel like they've got the funds to be able to meet the deadline for UBA. UBA is kind of the Pan-African way of what they think they are. But I'm sure they're also going to raise some capital. So you can see all these banks, okay, all these banks that we have just mentioned, they're trying to raise nothing less than over 3 trillion naira. Oh my days, that is a lot of money. All right, and within Nigeria, some of them, they said they've met the target. Can you believe that? They said they've met the target. Some of them, they said they've got oversubscribed. Oh my God. And you're saying there's no money in Nigeria? Come on, guys. Nigeria is blessed. We've got people holding on to the money. There's resources everywhere in Nigeria. And also, recently, let's say like 2 weeks or a week ago, the Nigerian government released the dollar bond outside. Nigerian government was trying to raise $5 million. Can you imagine? $5 million. All right. So this is another topic. $5 million, $500 million Nigerian government is trying to raise through a dollar bond, right? With the SEC. Okay. So watch what happened. Their target within 2 years, they actually plan to raise over $2 trillion. All right, $2 trillion. That's what they're trying to raise. But initially, they're starting with $500 million to raise that. Guess what happened, guys? They were able to get over subscription. They got over subscribed, right? They raised $9 million within the space of a month in August. Can you imagine that? Over $900 million. So what does that tell us? It shows that that probably have a bit of negative impact on the naira, because you see a lot of people, millions of people, they try to kind of, convert their naira, move it away, turn it to a dollar. So at that period in August, that's why you see dollar was increasing from 1,004, 1,005, ended up with 1,006. All right, because at that period there a lot of pressure. People were asking for more dollars. I don't think the government know what they were asking for really, but know what they're doing, and they know some of these people have dollars saved somewhere. Can you imagine that? So it put a lot of pressure on naira, a lot of pressure on dollar as well, because people were trying to get dollar so they can invest it in dollar bond by the federal government for the next 5 years, with over 9.2%. That is crazy. You see, and they were able to get oversubscribed. Fine, the target was to get Nigerians in diaspora, also get Nigerians here also to be able to subscribe into that. And they got that. They got foreign investment, they got Nigerian in diaspora, and they got Nigerians locally, Nigerian businesses invested. They raised $900 million within a month, federal government. And some of us, we're still doubting them. Like, some of us think people don't believe in this system. But because people can see opportunities by using dollars to move away from naira. So they've got naira kept somewhere. They don't know what to do with it, but they don't mind converting it immediately, because no one knows the future of naira. Maybe it's going to be over 2,000. Maybe it's going to be over 3,000. So it's better for you, whatsoever price that you can buy it right now, to convert your naira, which is, I love naira, but no one knows the future. So it's better for you to convert that naira if you know you've got spare money, and you're going to buy dollar bond with the federal government for the next 5 years. You know in the future, whatever you're going to have back, it's going to be in your dollar. And the way the system is, not too sure whether we're going to even going back to having a dollar versus naira for 1,000. I'm not sure where we're going with this. So I can understand people converting their naira to dollars so they can invest in that area. So that is a bit of diversion, and let's focus on the banks, what they were able to raise. So over 3 trillion naira they were able, so they claim, to raise. So this is a catch. So some of my subscribers, some of my investors, some of my colleagues in the industry, because of the competition. Okay, so some of us, we go to meet the client. Oh, come and invest, buy this real estate, come and buy these properties, come and buy this land, buy this house, like this eco pair. Oh, you try to use. So at that point, from July now, lots of people actually been competing with the banks. Okay, so because now they're asking you to come and have, like, the advice you say out there from Fidelity Bank says, come and have a bit of share, come and own a bit of our company, come and own a bit of the company, of the bank. Orange GTB came out with a different slogan. So everywhere you go, from the Terminal Bridge, Lekki Phase 1, Ikeja, wherever you go, you always see, come and buy shares from different companies, from different banks. So a lot of people got caught up with, which one am I going to buy? Even though your account officer that I haven't spoken with you for 10 years started reaching out to you, say, Oga, won't you come and buy shares? Or even though some banks, your account that you've abandoned for some years, they will reach out to you. If you open your app, something that will pump up, boom, invest. In the morning, you wake up, you get an alert, or you check your mail, invest, buy shares. So this is where we're going. So what would you do when you got caught up with these options? And when you, next time you wake up, you see Mr. Kondo's email also, he's saying, there's this properties in Lekki, there's this properties in VI, there's this properties in the Eco Atlantic, invest. The next time you're going now, you see somebody's talking about agriculture, come and invest in this agriculture. The next thing you see, you heard about Dangote Cement as well, come and buy shares, buy a bit shares. And the next thing you say, there's another Dangote refinery, come and invest in there. So lots of them, we kind of got caught up with where is the best place to invest. And that's what we're going to talk about this morning. So I won't say there is a particular sector that you shouldn't invest your money in, really. I'm not going to say that. The decision actually lies with you. Some of us, we are big time investors. You've tested different sectors and you know what won't work for you. I'm not going to say because I'm a real estate person, I'm trying to say don't invest with the bank, don't invest in crude oil, don't invest in, a lot of people are actually jubilating as well right now because of the Owando taking over Ajib, all right? And you know what happened to their share? Went up. Went up. So that is so attractive to most people, all right? Did you see that? So it depends, as an investor, what best works for you, the market that best suit you, all right? So, but my own point of view, what I normally do is make sure, okay, to be on a safe level, all right? Whether it's a real estate, whether the banks that is attracting you all the time, and these are the banks that you feel like you have to, the way the banks are kind of robust. You feel threatened that if I don't buy share from them, they probably might not give you loan, they probably might not give you bonuses, they probably might not give you some juicy stuff. So you feel like you are kind of in a tight place that you must invest with them. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is that make sure you are playing safe, all right? Make sure you're playing safe. So let's analyze, all right? So let's assume you've got 100 million naira, all right? And you would like to part away with 100 million naira. So what I will always advise people to do is, so you've got these options everywhere. So what you need to do is to play around with your fund. So just like they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So what you've got to do is to spread your eggs. You've got to spread it on all these portfolios that you've got in the market. All right. So there are some of them, they are very juicy. Some of them are not. Some of them that don't look juicy right now might end up being very, very juicy in the market eventually. All right. So when you've got loads of eggs to play with, don't put them in one basket, spread them. So you've got 100 million. So what I'm saying is, based on your experience, or if you haven't got that experience as well, maybe you're a new investor and you've got 100 million to part away with. So what you've got to do is, okay, do you know what? I think real estate might be safer, because no matter what you've done, you're doing with real estate. If you're buying a land at what, 50 million, okay, I can guarantee in the next 3 to 4 years, all right, you probably might be getting 10 times of that. Let me tell you an example of that. Periwinkle Lifestyle Estate in Lekki Phase 1. When we started reclaiming that in 2017, we're selling a square meter of the land for 50,000 naira. All right, so if you've got 1,000 square meter, it's already bought it for like 50 million naira. All right, so this is 2004. You're talking about 7 years down the line, that same 1,000 square meter is selling for 500 million naira right now. You're talking about 10 times more you get from that. So you always not gonna miss it with real estate, really. So it depends on how you want to play. Some other real estate, some other sector or investment opportunity probably might be giving you something more higher. Depends on your risk level. Okay, so if you're a big risk taker, you can decide that, you know what, I'm going to go with the bank. I'm going to put my 50 million naira with the bank. Okay, that's what we're talking about. I'll give the bank the 50 million to buy shares with the bank, to own a bit of Zenith or GTB Bank. You decide. So that's what you're going to do. Okay, so you invest that money with them, and then you've got 50 million left. Or you say, you know what, Mr. Condos, or there's a land in Ibejuleki, or there's other real estate company coming up, or there's this lady that's marketing me some off-plan project. Oh yes, when it comes to off-plan project, make sure you look at the developer. It's very key. You need to be careful as well. So with that, because most developers, us included, some of us, they can be so funny with your funds as well. So you make sure you're buying, when you're doing off plan, you're buying with a credible developer, trusted developer, tested. Okay, so you look at the tested ones, the trusted developers, and they can see what they've delivered already. And then so what you do is, because I'm gonna give them 10 million down payment or 20 million down payment to secure a condo or a home, wherever you want to do. Maybe most of them, you probably might say, I would like to invest in a condo, so I probably might be getting, when it's ready, I probably might rent it out on short let, Airbnb, or a long-term lease, and not that. So you see that what I'm talking about? So you're definitely going to be having that kind of decision to make. So you put 20 million down with a company doing real estate, or you invested that for an off-plan project, or you can buy a credible land. You need to be careful with land as well, especially when you're buying somewhere in Ibejuleki. You make sure you do your due diligence as well when you're doing that. So when you do that, you've got 30 million left. Or you can say, I'm going to invest in one oil and gas company, or that will fetch me a lot of money. Oh, let me put 10 million in that. Oh, Dangote Cement, 10 million. And then you look at some agricultural businesses as well, that let me put my money into that as well. So when you are doing that, can you see that you spread your eggs? Okay, you're not putting them in one basket. You kind of spread it across all lines. So there's no way you're not gonna have any returns back. No way in all of them. So you've got 100 million and you're kind of spreading them all the way across. All right, so you're so sure that the returns on your investment is going to be greater. All right, so you've got like 5 different portfolios that you've invested in, and I can bet with you out of the 5, all right, 60% of that will definitely going to give you greater returns. So if it's the bank giving you something back, if it's the real estate, if it's the agriculture, if it's the oil and gas, if it's the cement, name them. And you've got forex as well. People play around with that, so the decision is yours. So my advice to all of you out there is, if you got this big money, a friend of mine invested in forest, and I was telling him that time, this is suicide. That was sometime in 2022, 2021. So he put in over 50 million into forest, and he was happy because they said you get your 50 million cash back at any time, but every month we're going to be giving you 5 million. Every month you are giving 5 million. Don't worry. So anytime you want your 50 million back, you get it big. And then one day I said, you need to be careful. It looks more like a sponsoring scheme to me. And he did. Yeah, he collected 10 million, all right, for the first 2 months. The third month, they said the app just got shut down. And up to now, 40 million gone. So we need to be careful. We need to be able to look very well. It's not because of the quick money, all right? Yes, you probably might say, I'm taking a risk, that you're a risk taker, but you're not a risk taker with that kind of investment. So you look at a credible company to invest your money in. I don't want to talk about the other crypto and all that, and they're out there. People are maybe making a lot of money from there. That's fine. I'm just focusing on more on the real investment that you can actually feel safe with. All right, so crypto is fine. It's up to you. It's working. People become billionaires right now, but I don't want to go into that. So my advice to the investors today, I hope I've helped you to decide on all these opportunities in the market, and then you can make good decisions. Make sure you spread your egg. So that's my point. Spread your egg. Don't put it out in a bank alone. Okay, don't do that. All right. So because you can imagine those who invested with Heritage Bank, boom, what happened? So the only insurance they were able to get, even though if you have heard about DSTV, the big money they got, they're only 5 million. They're telling them that it's insured. Man, that's madness. That's crazy. So you need to spread your investment. I'm not against putting money in a bank. I love putting your money in bank, but it's money. So my advice: let your money work for you. Why are you putting your money in the bank? So stay blessed today. So if you have any comment, please feel free to share, like, and let's talk. Comment. Let's talk. So what do you think? What do you guys think? So have a good one and stay blessed. Till next time we talk, Mr. Condos. Cheers.